Stirring the mud water with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your mud water. At the molecular level, good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, mud water. Nice. With a ketogenic creamer and a touch of honey. Perfect. Perfect. I'll put a link for that down below if you're interested in it. It's good stuff. I suppose you're wondering what that is. It is no Rooster Block August coming up, which means that you are removing all Rooster Blocks from your life in August. People, places, and things. What is blocking you? Mentally, emotionally, logistically? Are you in a crappy relationship? Do you want to get out? Do you want to start something new? Do you want to transition to a new job or start a career? Do you want more love in your life? Do you want to get unstuck somehow, some way? Are your wheels stuck in the mud or snow and they're just spinning and you need traction? Well, in no Rooster Block August, you're going to do that. And we're going to talk about getting unstuck on the Daybreak Show in August. Towards the end of this month, the Daybreak Show will be Monday through Friday on Patreon and only Fridays here. So for 5 days of it, Patreon is where to go. And I'll put a link for that down below. I hose out the bird bath every morning. Every morning. I fill it with fresh water every day, and then I get like these little plastic takeout dishes, you know, that food comes in when you order takeout, and I put that on the back steps of the steps going down into the yard from the deck, and I put fresh water in those. Within a few minutes, there are critters. They're drinking that water, bathing in that water. They're smart. They hydrate before a hot day even begins. I used to wait until they were empty and then refill them, but it became obvious that they love the fresh water. It's good for them. So be good to your outdoor critters, and you'll wake up to beautiful music every single day, especially if that bird bath and those containers are outside your bedroom window in the summertime. It's just beautiful. The songs just start playing at about 4:30. It's beautiful. I call it God's alarm clock. I was thinking about this yesterday. Patriots are higher on my totem pole than most pastors. Patriot is always greater than a pastor when SHTF. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I can count more on the objective reasoning of a patriot than I can of a pastor. It's a shame. You would think it would be the other way around. Not every patriot is a pastor. Not every pastor is a patriot. But right now, in my life, patriots are primary. How about you? Put your answer down below. Now, if you have a pastor that is a patriot, then you probably have a winning combo there. How to castrate a man without a scalpel. Here's 7 things. Put soy and other estrogenic compounds in the majority of the food. 2. Make porn easy to access. 3. Get him out of the gym or from doing body weight exercises. Discourage him. Screw him over. Number 4, screw him over in the family court system. 5, remind him that his God-given masculinity is toxic. 6, keep him in front of a video screen versus a mountain trail, river, or wooded areas. And 7, get him involved in a soy-centered church versus a scripturally and historically orthodox church that's Christ-centered. More to come. Are you signed up for my newsletter yet at georgebruno.com? I send out an email. It's my free Unstuck newsletter. It comes out daily. Daily. It took me a long time to get this up and running because I dragged my feet and I was very busy. And I had to squeeze time in to do this. But now it's an absolute priority for me to stay in touch with you, because if my platforms go down, I still get a chance to stay in touch with you and give you wisdom. Daybreak show type of wisdom. You will love it. This newsletter that I put out every day is probably, I'd say, it's going to be one of your top 10 emails that you get every day. It is not a waste of your time. It's things that I think through. It's short. You don't have to read for an hour. It's things to kind of stimulate you and light a fire under you. It's almost like virtual coaching in a sense. But sign up for my free Unstuck newsletter, georgebruno.com. I have a good email going out today at 1 o'clock, so make sure you sign up for it. I don't remember every gal that I went out with, but I remember every car that I ever had. Interesting phenomenon there. The way it performed, how comfortable it was, the trips I took with it, how I felt after washing and waxing it. I liked all my motorcycles. I did. But I loved my cars. As far as women, there's actually a small handful that I want to remember. Maybe that's my brain protecting me. How do you feel about that? Well, folks, you're not crazy if you don't want to stay in any medical or long-term care facility these days. If you can get stuff on an outpatient basis, great. Inpatient, rehab, or long-term care. And I'll tell you why. The wokeness of the medical staff, they think it's more compassionate to give you the ultimate options, like the heaviest meds, the crappiest food, of course, in a place where you should heal. You ever have a hospital stay? You think you would have more edible and healthier food. It's basically elementary school cafeteria food. I'm not impressed at all. And I live in an area with some nice hospitals. And after a hospital stay that I had for a week 1 year ago, holy crap, I can't believe, literally, the food that you get. Now, I couldn't eat for 4 days. For 4 days, they gave me nothing. I had nothing. Nothing. Maybe an ice chip here or there, but for 4 days, no food. But for the last couple days, I actually got food. And it just reminded me of cafeteria food in elementary school. So, plus, they'd rather not do the surgery if you're older. They'd rather put you on hospice rather than do like life-saving regimens. When the awakened good medical staff are finally pushed out of the hospitals and the clinics and the long-term care facilities, or choose to leave, the shitheads are left. The woke shitheads are left. If it's a government facility, such as the VA, you are effing screwed. Just read the news. If it's a private healthcare system, it may buy you more time, but it's still regulated by the government. Right now, the government is not your friend. It's never been your friend, but never in history has the government been less of a friend. Right now, we are 1776-ish, and the government now is equal to Britain in the United States. The government now is equal to Britain. Does there need to be an uprising, a revolutionary war? I would say so. There's a lot of things being imposed on Americans right now, and wherever you are, especially Australia. The crap that I'm hearing coming out of Australia, and I know I have a lot of subscribers in Australia. Holy cow, what you guys are dealing with everything that's going on with the pandemic blows my mind. So, all that being said, get and stay healthy, lose weight, drop your A1C. Absolute priority. Absolute priority. A high A1C, everything else can go wrong. Drop the A1C, and you're going to be dodging a lot of bullets as you get older. Just look that up, A1C. Many of you older, I'd say if you're 40 and over, you know what your A1C is. Do what you can to get your doctor to start unprescribing meds. Unprescribing meds. Once you get into the inpatient cycle, going inpatient, going into rehabs, going into long-term care facilities, long hospital stays, one of those stays is going to be the last one ever. Guaranteed. Get out. Get out. When it comes to your parents and loved ones, take this information to heart. So this week, Ron Popeil and Dusty Hill passed away. You know, but there's always that, and rest in peace. Rest in peace, especially Ron Popeil. Big influence in my life. Big influence in my life. But there's the one friend. You have that one friend too. The one friend who says, things always happen in threes, so they're waiting for another celebrity death. Do you have a friend like that? I know you do. Things happen in threes. What did they say this week? What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? About 1 to 5 years. Facebook reminded me in 2016 when I said, hurry up and get that Zika vaccine and get that depopulation agenda back on track. You figured out the chemtrail and fluoride schemes. Damn, you earthlings are smart. When you associate with, work for, or look for the approval of bullshitters, you only hurt yourself. If your reality doesn't match up to what they say or promise, then they move on from you. They use you. They use you. Low self-esteem and fear are the things that are keeping you with people. How many people should you have unloaded? How many rooster blocks are there in your life? Fear paralyzes. It keeps you places that you don't want to be, but you stay there anyways. And then eventually you call it comfortable. And this is how comfort zones become normal. 20 years can easily fly by, and you never knew what normal really was because your dysfunctional life is normal to you. Think about this. Anything can become normal if you let it. What happens then? You become unmarketable, undateable, curmudgeonly, and then only something radical can reboot you. Unless you make the steps to reboot yourself. Get yourself unstuck. St. Anthony the Great said, "A time is coming when men will go mad, and when they see someone who is not mad, they will attack him saying, 'You are mad, you are not like us.'" I like St. Anthony. Avoid the irrational, self-destructive, delusional, and toxic. These types pretty much advertise these traits on social media quite clearly, but you connect with them. You do business with them. Are you a glutton for punishment? Speaking of career rooster blocks, desire not accompanied by action will result in anxiety. Are you anxious about your work? About the money you make? Are you just happy? Are you just happy? Just over the line of happy? It's a tough place to live, isn't it? Especially if you're married, or in an LTR, or shacking up. That's a tough place when your wife, partner, girlfriend was attracted to you for a certain reason in the beginning, and that reason has gone away. And you let your hair down, and you got flabby, not only in the body, but your mental attitude. Desire, not accompanied by action, will result in anxiety. So until you completely own your current situation, there will be no progress. None. Zip, zero, nada, nothing. You have to own everything. You have to take full responsibility. As a matter of fact, you can't blame anything on anybody. Can't blame anything on anybody. And you can't be delusional about your success either. Your receipts. See, you can be anything you want on the web. You can be anything you want on social media. Social media has created effing monsters. Those monsters are rooster blocks. We're approaching, here we are, July 30th. Think about this. August is no rooster block month. No rooster block August. Remove them. I love this statue in downtown Conshohocken, not far from where I live, dedicated to the traditional family. All it says is the family on the base of the statue. It's a husband, a wife, and 2 children. It's been there for decades. I wonder how long it'll be there, or how long it'll be before it gets changed, modified, taken down, another one added next to it that's more woke. Are you guys fans of Patriot Nurse on YouTube? If not, you should be. She says some pretty interesting things very passionately. Things that make you think, things that make you prepared. Look up Patriot Nurse. Subscribe to her. I don't know her. She doesn't know me. I don't have any collaboration going on at all. But I highly recommend her channel. My opinion, there's some serious mark of the beast stuff going on right now in the world. And it's knocking on your door. Coming to a front door near you soon. Conspiracy theory or truth? Remember, 1 to 5 years will tell you the answer to that. When I look at my videos from 1 year ago, I am 100% correct. 100% correct. Gentlemen, 2 things are true. What she does, not what she says. And 2, what she writes about herself in her dating profiles, although it takes a little bit of an awakened translation skill to understand and interpret those profiles. If you look at a woman's dating profiles on the web and view them through the lens of what she says versus what she really means, you'll have a totally different dating experience, especially if you're on dating websites. Thank God that's over with. Do we really want to spend time with these people? Is the question my attorney's wife asked him as they were driving home after attending a political meeting that lasted till midnight. They both looked at each other, and at the same time they went, no. She says, do we really want to be spending time with these people? No. So funny. Is there a group or community of people that you can say that about? No. Who do you spend time with where you ask yourself that question? What did I really get out of this? Do I really want to spend time with them? Do I really want to watch their videos, read their tweets, go to their events? What are the chords that bring you together with people? Sentiment, political beliefs, church, work, hate for women or exes? Go ahead. Prune those branches. It's okay. It's better to have a few in your life that make you smile than a multitude that make you wonder. Growing up, my mom went food shopping once a week and went to the meat store. Went to the meat store every couple weeks. A place called Gabriel's. Back then, when I was growing up, there wasn't these huge meat departments like there's in grocery stores today. The butcher at the meat store knew everybody. Do you still go to a separate butcher for your meat, or do you get your meat at a grocery store, supermarket? And do you think that meat is better from a local butcher? What are your thoughts? Put your answer down below. And with that, finish your mud water, and I'll see you next Friday on YouTube on The Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
Hi, my name is Erin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm...
Why don't you shut up?